I know. You are probably thinking, what does she mean by don't take that call? What call? What is Erica talking about? And we're going to get into it because I have some thoughts to share with y'all today. Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to the Save the Good Girl podcast. I am so happy you are here and I look forward to speaking with you every single week. And for those who are new, welcome to your luxury listening experience. Here's the beautiful thing. I have a lot of space for you in VIP. So please ensure you go to savethegoodgirl.com and subscribe to the website. And you're going to get beautifully crafted newsletters from me. And I'm very social. So not only do I want you to be in VIP, but I also want us to hang out. So please follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and Threads. I just want to make sure we're getting to know each other. What do I mean by luxury listening, though? Luxury listening means that luxury is not just for the body, it's also for your mindset. So Save the Good Girl provides wonderful content that is going to give you assistance in the quality of life. And your content, what you listen to, what you consume, that's all important. You know what I mean? So here's the thing. I have so much to share when it comes to boundaries and us growing and us shifting. And sometimes we get a call and that call could just ruin our energy. It could ruin our mood. And we need to respect ourselves a bit more and respect and understand that we don't have to do everything for everyone at every time. Yeah, let me not go in. Let's get into this episode, y'all. I know that we both love luxury. And usually when I start the episode, I always go into like a candle that I'm burning or a body butter that I'm using because I really want to set the ambiance. So because I launched Exquisitely Erica, which is my lifestyle segment, I do have an Instagram page for it, a Facebook page for it, as well as TikTok. And I have a segment on savethegoodgirl.com. And it's talking about lifestyle, all the things that I love, fragrances, cooking, experiences, travel, skincare, beauty, all of it. So I've decided that in my intro, I'm going to have my exquisite experience moment where before I get into the episode, we're just going to talk about what I'm wearing, fragrance wise, the candles, and all of that, because this is what I love. Like, Save the Good Girl and Exquisitely Erica are married. If you guys haven't checked it out, please check out my Instagram and Facebook. TikTok is going to be up very soon. But if you guys check it out, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. It's all lifestyle, home decor, restaurants, rooftops, experiences, everything that's exquisite, everything that's well crafted, everything that's luxury. And Save the Good Girl is my platform for us to talk. So the way I kind of categorized it was like, we're having a great conversation, but there's a popping candle that smells mad good. And we're drinking some really great coffee in some really beautiful cups. So it's like, let me tell you about the cups and the candle and the coffee while we have this deep conversation. So it's great. They're married. So in these episodes, y'all, you're going to start to see me talk about the exquisite moment, the exquisite experience. And that's just my intro because I've been doing it anyway. If you think about it, I've been doing it anyway. For those who have been listening, I do that all the time. I always talk about what I'm wearing and how I feel and etc. So I'm going to do that right now. So currently I am wearing the Fenty body butter that recently came out. And I have to say, y'all, I do like it. It is quite luxurious. I never bought a body cream before, like a luxury body cream. I know that a lot of high-end fragrances do offer that, but I never bought it because I like the body butters that I currently have. But I wanted to try Rihanna's body butter and her fragrance. I did get the travel size fragrance, and I have to say I like it. Now, I will say this. That fragrance is a unisex fragrance and it is for the bold. If you are a very dainty, gourmand, very sweet type of person, you may not like this fragrance. It is very, very bold because there is a note in her fragrance that I've never had in any of my fragrances, which is blueberry. Never had that in my fragrance before. But the body butter has magnolia, musk, tangerine, and Bulgarian rose. So it's very soft and very light. The fragrance is a lot deeper because it does have patchouli in there and it is a little woodsy. Like it's very sultry and sexy. Like I feel like this is good for going out at night, date night. Just if you want to feel sexy, it's just giving like sexy. Like I love it. It smells really, really great. So I put that on my body while I'm talking to you guys to just kind of open up my senses, to just be calm and be free. And I have a pistachio salted caramel candle from Trader Joe's. Now, here's the thing about pistachio. I tried pistachio ice cream for the first time this year. I've never had pistachio ice cream before, and I mixed it with chocolate, and y'all, I fell in love. So not only did I like the ice cream, I also like the fragrance, like the scent of pistachio. So I recently bought one, and it's like a pistachio woodsy scent, and I love it. The candle that I'm burning has a pistachio note, and I love it. So it's just interesting how your nose and your body changes. Like something else that I really love is citrus. Like I'm starting to really like lemon scented things, which is interesting because I feel like I was like, oh my God, lemon smells like cleaning products, but it doesn't. It smells really, really good. Really, really good. And this weekend, I had a great weekend. I went to the Poconos. I live in New York. So the Poconos is about 2 hours and 15 minutes from where I live. And it was a last minute trip. My best friend invited me over with her family. And I have to say, y'all, I had such an amazing time. It was so, so relaxing. And it worked out because I had everything ready for Save the Good Girl. I had everything ready for Exquisitely Erica, all my posts ready to go. And all I had to do was get myself there and pack my bag. I enjoyed the ride there. I was intentional. I brought my journal. I bought my gratitude journal. I bought my word book. I bought all my notebooks with me. And I decided to go there earlier because I didn't want to run into traffic. So I got there to Starbucks early so that I could write. And it was great. And y'all, mm, this is an exquisite moment. I was so hyped because I love body shimmer. And the girls at Starbucks were like fanning over my body shimmer. I'm like, oh my God, you noticed it? Like, I love body shimmer. So, nonetheless, the weekend was phenomenal. The house was beautiful. We had a beautiful view of the lake. Like, I think the owner owns that. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but it was just beautiful. And I woke up in the morning and I was intentional. I wrote in my gratitude journal. I prayed. I was breathing. It was just great. We laughed, we played games, they cooked and we talked and we just were chilling and hanging out and it was just phenomenal. And on the ride home, I had a prayer car ride. So I wanted to share with you guys something that I was like, wow, this is so, so, so good. So I have a couple of devotionals. I've mentioned to you guys that I have three devotionals. And if you don't know, that's fine. I have three devotionals. Two of them are like prayers with the scriptures, and one is just a prayer devotional. And the one that I read on Sunday was called Stop Comparing. I'm just going to read y'all this one sentence. I want to discover lasting joy, the kind that doesn't evaporate at the first glimpse of someone else's success. Lasting joy is deep and unshakable, and it's what I crave. Help me to discover and believe in the immense value I have in you. So I'll stop comparing myself and my life with others and start believing in the person you created me to be. Y'all, y'all, for real, for real. Like, so I had to sit with that. And I really loved it because I feel like I'm in a space where I'm acknowledging and recognizing that I'm not giving every area of my life attention, full attention. There are priorities that I have, but I'm not acting like it. I'm not. And I have been bursting with ideas and I don't know, do you guys feel like that when you have all these ideas and you're excited and you're just like really like into it. You wake up with it, you sleep with it, you sleep with all your ideas all day long, which is great, but I've recognized that me doing that it pushed me away spiritually to God, and he's the one that put all these creative juices within me. So I didn't like that. So God and I talked for like an hour and a half. I did not listen to any music. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't send any voice notes. It was just me and him when I was driving back home. The road was beautiful. It was scenic. It was quiet. There was no crazy traffic. It was phenomenal. And it was just me and God. And there are some things that I want to do because, like, in addition to me not praying as often as I should, I'm not journaling as I should. I'm not consistent with reading. I just feel like I need a plan for my mentality, a plan for my health, a plan for love. Like, I don't have any of that because my ideas have been taken over, which is good. We love the creative flow, but I feel like it's interrupting other parts within me. And I'm like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like it. So it was really nice to have that moment with God and just to kind of reset, you know? And due to all of this, right? Due to all of these things happening, I have to be very careful of who I am speaking with, who I talk to, and who gets to share my energy. Because based on what I just told y'all, right? With having so much fun in the Poconos, being present, I was present. I was organized. I was intentional with my stuff. So my business was great. And I was able to have a great time and be there and have fun and be with love and laughter and just not thinking about anything, but just being present in the moment. And with all the things that I want to do and all the things that we have plans to do, we want to live a luxurious life. So I don't really have the time to be interrupted. And I just wanted to spend some time to talk to y'all about not taking that call. And I think you guys know where I'm going with this, right? Sometimes as we start to evolve and grow, we are just not interested in certain conversations anymore. It's not serving us. We don't feel good. And we have so many other things we need to do. We have so many other responsibilities that requires our full attention. So there's just certain things that are not serving us. And it frustrates us when maybe we just have to let it go. So, y'all, have you ever felt completely drained after speaking to somebody? Do you believe in energy transfer? Have you ever questioned whether you're a good friend or not because you're like, wow, I really don't want to talk to this person right now? I definitely have had some struggles with that when it comes to me not wanting to talk to certain people because of the fact that I am in a creative space that is just exploding right now. And I have my own insecurities. I'm still dealing with grief. I'm still dealing with getting myself together spiritually. I'm still dealing with getting myself together emotionally. I'm still dealing with getting myself together physically. I'm still in a phase of getting myself together romantically. I have so much on my mind. And as I've shared earlier, I'm not giving every area of my life attention. So I really cannot afford to be drained. And there are certain people that I have in my life and that I talk to, and it's just been draining. It has been draining. And then I noticed my body language. When you are drained, you have to kind of think about watch your body language, right? What is your body? Are you annoyed? Where's your energy levels? Is it low? Are you not interested? Is the person going to say something negative? Like, I cannot talk to somebody who is negative bright and early. Something that I truly cannot stand is someone telling me I'm not a morning person. It's cloudy outside and I don't like it. I understand that seasonal depression is real, right? I get it. I'm not trying to be like whatever. I guess because of my experience with my father passing away from cancer, and the fact that he could not get out of bed and you can, and you want to sit here and tell me that you don't like the fact that it's cloudy. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear negativity. As soon as I answer the phone, it's, oh my God, I don't want to hear that. Especially when, like the problem that is being discussed, it's not like a detrimental thing, right? So because I'm in this space where energetically I am growing, I have all these ideas. I am filled with creativity right now. So I just can't have it interrupted. And I don't think any of us can. Nobody wants to be drained. However, I will say that some people are okay with that. Like, they're kind of used to it, so they're okay with it. I can't start my day with that. I can't produce this episode for y'all with that. I can't write the podcast. I mean, the on the website and the blog with you guys. Well, I do write the descriptions of the podcast, but I can't do any of that if I'm feeling drained. I can't. And there is a very big difference, y'all, between venting and being a human being and going through emotions and being upset and having a moment, having a season. There is a difference between that and somebody who is draining all the time. There could never be a solution. You're choosing to be in the negative and you're saying things that are negative, and I don't want to hear it because I'm trying to live my life luxuriously, live my life in quality. So you telling me, "Oh, men are this," or "Oh, that," I just don't want to hear it. This is where you have to be transferred to another department. You guys know how, like, when you call a cell phone company, they have a tech department, like, you need technical support, sis. Like, I can't help you with that right now. You know what I mean? I just can't. And I'm not a perfect person. I would be extremely hypocritical for me to not say I have my days, I have my moments, I get sad, I have insecurities, I get confused, I get angry, I don't have the best days all the time. That I'm not talking about that. Let's make it very clear. I am not talking about the daily struggles of life. I'm talking about people who are just draining energy, that after you speak to them, you do not feel good. Okay. You're not in a good space. You don't feel positive. You don't feel productive. You felt like you just ran a mental marathon. And that is the people that I'm talking about that requires some distance, because there were moments where I felt guilty because people were there for me when I was going through my grief with my father. It was a rough thing for me. I definitely was depressed. I went through some things. So I questioned, am I a bad person? Am I a bad friend because I feel drained? And I realized, right, that I'm no longer interested in certain conversations though, because of my growth, because of my development, because of where I am, and because of where I want to go. There are certain conversations I don't want to have. I'm just not interested in it. I'm not interested in toxicity. I'm not interested in talking about Instagram all the time. I'm not interested in nonsense. I'm not. I want to grow. And that's part of us living luxuriously. We want to grow. If it doesn't resonate with me, I'm good. There was somebody that I saw, her name is Your Girl Trend, and she said certain relationships are not compatible with me. And that is a hard thing to deal with, right? Because especially if you've known people for a very long time, you know that the essence of who they are is great people. But it's like, wow, like I really don't want to talk to you. I really don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to anymore. Because whenever we do hang out, it's always about you. I don't feel ignited, inspired, or inquisitive. I feel like I'm a dumpster, right? And that's where my boundaries have been securely coming into place. And I have to learn to respect them. You guys see the picture. The picture is Beyonce and Julius. If you don't know who Julius is Beyonce's longtime bodyguard for over 20 years. Beyonce is the greatest entertainer of our time right now. You cannot touch her with Julius around. Now, granted, she does have other bodyguards, but he is the main one. Okay. And my boundaries are like Julius. You see how he's like pushing back, like, my energy is like Julius. Okay. I really feel like for us to live life luxuriously, that is really who we entertain. And it's not easy when it's your friend for years or your family member or whoever. It's not easy. I don't want to seem like it is. It's not. But I challenge you to really think about, right? When somebody calls you, how do you feel before you answer the phone? That was one of my signs. Okay. And here are some signs, y'all, that you are not in an equitable friendship. Number one, you feel drained. You feel drained. You are tired. You're exhausted. You're not motivated. You don't want to stay on the phone for long or even hang out with them for long because you already know what it's going to come with. Right. Also, when that person only comes to you when they have issues with their partner, I've experienced that as well. You don't care about the podcast. You don't care about what I'm doing. You don't care. You care about the issue you currently have with your partner. And the minute you guys are happy, I won't hear from you again. And those people to me are emotionally irresponsible. You are only present when it serves you. And once you got what you need from me, once you dumped on me and tell me, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, just for you to just go back with the person or whatever, you're happy again. The point is you're happy again. And once you're happy again, I don't hear from you. Who cares about what's going on with me? Because you're good, right? Distinguish the two, because that's not an equitable friendship. I'm not getting anything from it, right? I'm helping you, which I don't mind doing, y'all. Like I have no issues being there for my friends. I love being there for my friends and my family. However, that is not okay. Right? As soon as things are good, I don't hear from you no more. So when I start to pay attention, I'm like, oh, so what does that mean to me? Yeah, I'm not going to answer whenever you call me. Absolutely not. You have lost that privilege from me. I'm sorry. No, no. Um, Next point. They don't ask anything about you, which is what I just was saying. They don't ask anything about you. I'm at this place, y'all. I do not talk about the podcast or Exquisitely Erica or my website or anything that is growing within my brand unless I am asked. You know why? Because I used to get very frustrated and annoyed when I would, when you're excited about something and you want to share and da da da, and then the person is not listening because you know what? You're not interested and you don't care about what I'm saying. But then when it comes to you, I have to give you undivided attention. So I pay attention to things like that. I pay attention to things like that. And I don't like it. So therefore, unless you ask me questions about the podcast and you want to know specifics, I am not sharing. I am not. What are you going to get from me? Yeah, it's good. I release episodes every Tuesday and Friday. You don't know all the developments that are happening behind the scenes. You don't know what I'm working on, and I'm not going to share that with you because you don't deserve to know. You don't deserve to know. It's a waste of my time. So once I realized I was getting frustrated, I'm like, wait, hold up. Why am I getting frustrated with this person? Now it's on me, right? Because I should know that people will be people, and my responsibility is to observe and watch how people behave, and I determine whether I want to participate or not. And currently, I do not want to participate. And when I respect that boundary, it saves me a lot of anger and a lot of frustration because now I know. You know what I mean? So I feel like when the person is not even asking about you, or when they do, it's very like, yeah, how you doing? Like it's very like they're brazing through, and it's like, oh, okay, right. And also, I think another sign is when you have no desire to hang out with this person, you don't want to answer the call, you're not interested in the topic, you don't care anymore. You don't care. You don't care. You just don't, you know? And I feel like when you start to experience these things, you start to realize, oh my God, things are changing. And honestly, y'all, it is hard for me. It is hard because I am a loyal person. I really care about the emotional development of anyone that I love. I care about the emotional well being for everyone that I love. I am an encourager. I am a cheerleader. I will cheer you on because I love you and I respect you. But paying attention to these signs and my body language, I'm like, nah, something has to change because this right here does not feel good at all. And you know what else? People make time for what they want. So let me tell you guys something that I truly cannot stand. I am a very organized person and I make time for people that I love all the time. What I cannot stand is when people tell me, oh, I know you're doing the podcast and oh, I know you're doing this and I know you're so busy because of your inability, right, to schedule something. I'm very direct. If you tell me, Erica, let's do something, one thing I don't like is let's play it by ear. As an adult, play it by ear doesn't work, in my opinion. It just doesn't work, right? Now, in some instances, maybe, but because we're adults and we have so many things going on, it's good to like set a date and time because if not, you'll notice that it'll be another 7 months and you still haven't seen this person, right? So if somebody tells me, yo, I miss you, let's do something, I am going to figure something out. I am going to call you, FaceTime you, something. All right. I don't mind doing that. So when I'm getting into spaces where I'm getting all these excuses, it's like, okay, no, energetically, I don't have the time to give. Energetically, I don't have the aggravation to give. Energetically, I don't have the annoyance to give. It's too expensive and time consuming. It's expensive, y'all. Being annoyed and aggravated and angry is expensive. That will mess up your energy. That will mess up your money. That will mess up you and your affirmations and your intentions and all of that. You have created a block. And I'm at a place where whatever I can control, I will. And I'm paying attention and I'm very observant. And I don't react to everything. I used to, but I don't anymore. I'm very just kind of like chilling, like, oh, okay, that's how you move. If I don't like it, I ain't going to be a part of it. Now, I do want to make a note. It doesn't mean that I'm cutting you off completely because I do understand that people have seasons, right? They go through things. But I think what happens is as you develop and grow and the other person is not, there will be friction because you're like, I don't like this conversation anymore. I still love you, but I don't like this conversation. I don't care about this. I'm not in that space. I'm trying to elevate. I'm trying to grow. And you still talking about shit we was doing. We was like, 10 years ago. Why? That mindset 10 years ago. Why? You know what I mean? So I think it's not really more so for me to cut people off. It's more so like a distance and understanding that not everything is going to be dispersed evenly and boundaries has to be set. That is the way for me to keep my creative spark going, y'all. That is the way for me to do it. I cannot talk to you guys if I'm aggravated, and I won't do that because I'm not going to put that energy through this microphone. I have no idea who's listening to this and being inspired for me to come on here being annoyed and frustrated because somebody is getting on my nerves. Like, no, we're adults. I can handle that. I can't control people, but I can control what I choose to allow in my life, whether it's with friendships, dating, all of it, right? Because we can't control anybody. We can't. People get to show up and be themselves, and you get to decide whether you want to participate and you like it or not. It is really that simple. I wish I knew that earlier when I was younger because that would save me from a lot of heartache because I was always trying to make things work and why you not doing this and then crying and all of that stuff. And it's like, this is how this person is for you. And what I mean by that is, yeah, they might not treat everybody else around them this way, but that's how they're treating you. And there are some benefits to boundaries, y'all, right? I'm going to name some. The first one, you are more productive and you are able to do things with a clear mind because you made a decision that works for you and you can kind of really take control of your day the way you see fit for yourself. And it helps, especially for those who are creatives, setting your boundaries really helps with your creativity. You are thinking better, you are calmer, you are softer, you're not aggravated. It works. I'm telling you, I've done it, I've tried it, it's proven it works. Emotionally, you feel better. That's number two. You feel better emotionally, and you are able to plan and prioritize what's important to you and prioritize who truly deserves your attention. You get a chance to do that when you have your boundaries. You feel good. And then you know who you can be safe with. If I talk to you and you ignore me, you're not safe for me. You know what I mean? I don't feel safe talking to you. I don't. The third thing is others, they get to have the real authentic you 100% fresh. No one wants expired food. Why would they want expired energy? You have to understand, y'all, when you don't respect your boundaries and you deal with somebody who's draining, and let's say you're hanging out with somebody else, that person does not get the real you. They don't get to experience you the right way. They don't get to see you in the best light because the last person drained you, dumped on you. You're arguing, you're upset, you're annoyed, you're frustrated, and now you're hanging out with somebody else who has great energy and you can't even enjoy the energy because you spent 40 minutes complaining about the last person that you was just talking to because you want to vent. So now you're doing now it becomes a cycle. You get what I'm saying, y'all? It becomes a cycle. It becomes a cycle, right? The fourth thing, it gives you the opportunity to choose how you want to participate. You know, I've been saying it, but it's true. It's true. And then also helps you understand based on how you feel, how you want to move moving forward. I realized that I can't give everybody the same energy and the same Erica. You're not going to get it. Some people, when they ask me questions, I'm very descriptive, like, oh my God, girl, da da da. And some people, I'm not, you know, not because I don't want to, but because you have proven to me that you're not really that interested. So why? So why? The fifth thing, boundaries allows you to disperse energy unevenly, unevenly. Because, like I just said, not everyone deserves your full story. Not everybody deserves exactly what's going on with you because they're not living, they don't really care. And you know what's going to happen when people don't care and you're sharing and you're being vulnerable? You're going to be upset. And unfortunately, a lot of people who are unable to be vulnerable is because somebody did something to have them retract that space to be open, to be vulnerable, right? That's not a good feeling. It's like a kid coming from school, mommy, I got an A plus, and mom's like, I don't care. It's not a good feeling. So when you set those boundaries, y'all, it helps you out in so many different ways. And I think the biggest thing for me is the fact that the boundary setting helps me with my creativity and allows me to really be present, to talk to you guys, to write the blog posts, to do the reels. Y'all, when I write a caption for my reels and social media, I need to be creative in that space. When you guys look at Exquisitely Erica, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Go to savethegoodgirl.com. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I have blog posts. I have my social media. When I'm thinking about my podcast topics for y'all, my description, my photo, my titles, all of these things require such full energy from me. I don't have it to give. And what I've learned, the biggest lesson that I've learned is that when I dishonor myself by going against my boundaries, other people suffer. They do. They only get like 20% of me. When I don't respect my boundaries, other people get robbed of the essence of who I am authentically, and they don't get a chance to experience me in the right way. They don't. I'm not creative. I'm not focused. I'm not here because you want to dump on me. And as soon as things get better for you, it's like butterflies. You know what I mean? I'm good. And I'm over here like, oh my God. So, y'all, yes, when I record my episodes, no, I will not talk to certain people. Absolutely not. No, because then I won't get on the mic. And I have a responsibility to you guys. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Then I can't do my social media. Then I can't think about my ideas, and I can't think about the songs for the reels. I can't think about my blog posts and writing. I can't think about, networking and talking to other people. I can't think about all the things I want to do to advance my show because you want to be draining me. It's not happening because I feel that in order for us to live a luxurious life, we need to be very clear on who is a part of our life and the characters that they play. Because it's not even. And I used to think like that. I used to think, oh my God, if we're friends, we are all sharing the same thing at the same time. It used to be like that for me. Now, no. Mm-mm. Because I'm moving in a different level. And at this point, to be quite honest with y'all, I don't really feel bad anymore. I used to. But I feel like I want the best for my people around me all the time. I really do. But in order for me to be productive and get the life that I've always dreamed of, because I'm still suffering with that, y'all. I'm still going through a lot of things. And when you have a good day and you're finally feeling positive and productive, and you have somebody else dumping on you, being all negative, no, girl, please call me next 2 months. Like, I just can't. So I really want you to think about in your own life, do you feel drained by talking to anybody? It could be a family, it could be a friend, it could be your spouse. Do you feel drained or do you feel good? Pay attention to when somebody texts you or calls you to see how you feel. Are you rolling your eyes? Are you sighing? Are you like sucking your teeth? Like, oh God, this person's gonna call me now. Oh my gosh. How do you really feel? When you talk, is this person listening to you? Are they asking questions? Are they inquisitive? Do they care? Are they making time for you to hang out, to see you? Are they doing that? Because if not, we have some things to really think about. Some boundary setting might have to be in place. So, with wanting to get closer to God, with wanting to read again, with wanting to journal again, saying my affirmations, working on my belief system, spending quality time with those who truly care about me and want to spend quality time with me, working on the podcast, working on my career, working on the blog, working on Exquisitely Erica, which is also something that I really love, working on all these things, y'all, grieving, healing, processing, dealing with past traumas, dealing with what I want romantically, dealing with what I need professionally, dealing with. So, with all these things going on, I need my emotional capacity to be at a healthy place. And with the way that I was feeling with everything, I did reach out to my therapist and we had some sessions about this because I wanted to make sure that I was responding in a way that was healthy and emotionally healthy. And we talked about it and she also agreed that it definitely has to deal with boundary setting. And I know that in the morning, I like listening to positive things. I like listening to TD Jakes or maybe a positive video. Like the other day, I was watching Architectural Digest with John Baptiste and his wife, and they were showing their beautiful home, and you could just feel the love. You could see the love. And I love watching things like that. If I am going to listen to something in the morning, it's something positive, uplifting, soft, and easy. If it's not me talking to God, it's some nice neo soul music. If it's not neo soul music, it's a positive interview on YouTube or something. It's just something positive. I cannot do the whole negative. Oh my God, I can't. I'm sorry. That does it just it doesn't work for me. And I know that for me to be at my optimal best emotionally, I need to have that under wraps as well. I'm not able to do business when I'm irritated and annoyed and frustrated. Like energy transfer, y'all, is real. It's very, very real. So you need to learn what your boundaries are with certain people. Because I will say my boundaries are not the same with everybody. Not everyone makes me feel this way. So it's not like, oh my gosh, everybody I have to have. But I just think boundaries for yourself. If I know that I'm creative right now, not saying that I'm doing it like an intentionally in a bad way, but no, right now I'm recording, I'm talking to y'all. So no, I'm not going to answer a phone call. No, I do not answer certain phone calls before I do the show because I need my energy to give to y'all and I want to give my energy to y'all, right? So it's so important for me to acknowledge that and also acknowledge that friendships have to be equitable. And when it's not equitable anymore, meaning it's an even thing, right? Now, I just want to say this too. Um, what we go through is not even. So you could be at a season when you up and I'm down, or I could be up and you're down. Like it's okay. That's how friendships are, relationships are. It's fine. But the drainage where you need Drano, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. Intentionality and strategy is what I love to do. Is what I love to do. And I received a message from someone who said to me that she loves the content that I have and she is inspired. She loves the content, she loves the inspiration. And it's like, how can I produce that if I'm irritated? How can I grow this business if I'm annoyed? I don't want to do that to you guys. It is so important for us to take inventory as much as we possibly can. And if you guys know, maybe you don't, but in retail, we have something called inventory where we're literally counting everything that we have to ensure that the products doesn't go against our P&L. P&L stands for profits and loss. So every company has a certain budget that they account for, like theft and items that are missing and et cetera, et cetera. And that ties into the profit of the company. So we used to do inventory like not once a year, twice a year. And then because things were missing like at the end of the 6 months, it was just so much. We were like, okay, no, let's do it every month. So every month we would do inventory and it was great. We went to the back room, we looked at everything to see what's working and what's not. And if we had certain items in the inventory that has been sitting in the back for months and it's not selling, that lets the company know maybe we should stop producing this particular item. This gray bag doesn't work. So we need to not produce anymore. So inventory helps out in so many ways when it comes to business, and I also believe that it helps out in many ways when it comes to us personally. We need to take inventory all the time and recalibrate every time we grow, every time we learn something new, every time we reach another level. We got to take inventory because you're not the same person anymore. Every time we go through an experience that really shifts us and changes us, where we have to grow and update automatically, you're not the same person anymore. So those conversations you used to have, it's not for you. The way I look about the way I feel about life right now is different based on my experience with losing my father. So therefore, there's just certain things I don't want to hear because of my experience. Talk to somebody else. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Oh my God, I'm not a morning person. I don't like the morning. What? Like, you woke up. What do you mean? Like, shut up. Like, seriously, it's so frustrating to me. So because I don't want to hear it, guess what? I'm not answering the call. And I'm ignoring that sentiment. And this is where you need to be transferred to tech support because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, you know? And I feel like we have to determine, you know, what we need and what we have and what we have to let go of. So sometimes in order to grow, you got to go. You got to go. And I'm dedicated to my life. And I think a lot of people, they're not, you know. I just want to get better. I'm not perfect. Like I said, y'all, please don't confuse what I'm saying by like, oh my gosh, you know, no one could talk to this person because she's negative. No, 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 no. You could vent, you could be upset, you could have a week, you have a moment, you have a month. That's fine. I get upset, but I'm not a negative person. I try my best to see the good in as much as I possibly can. I woke up today. I'm talking to y'all today. I have my Fenty body cream on today. My candle is on today. Exquisitely Erica is launched finally. You know, so there's a lot of wonderful things that are going on, and I just want to spend some time to focus on that and continue to work on things that I'm not doing, and I can't do that when the energy is not right. So setting the boundaries, y'all, and knowing what those boundaries are and when you have to activate them are very important. Just go by what you feel. That's how you set a boundary. Do I want to do this right now? I don't want to do it now. I could do it in a few hours. That's a boundary. Do I want to go tonight? No, I'm tired. I need to do this tomorrow. That's a boundary. Do I want to answer this call and talk about this particular subject right now? No, because I need to, you know, I have to go to work and I have a big presentation tomorrow. That's a boundary. Do I want to deal with X, Y, and Z anymore? No, that's a boundary. So we need to create that boundary like Julius, y'all. Julius protects Beyonce. You cannot touch her. Okay? So what if we adopted that same energy for us? It's so peaceful with on the boundary side, y'all. Please join me. Please join me. I feel so good. I feel so good. You know why I feel good? Because when I set my boundary like a few months ago and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to answer the call. And guess what? A few weeks later, it's like nothing even happened. And I did feel bad, but I'm like, I gotta record. I gotta pack. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. So it's like, join me on the side of peace. We are meant to live a luxurious life. And the podcast, the whole basis of this podcast is to talk about conversations to enhance our luxury living. Because in order to live luxurious, there's certain things that have to come into place, right? It's not just, oh, I'm waking up and it's like luxury. Yeah, it is. But how do we maintain that on a daily basis? And boundaries is 100% one of them. Do not lose sight of that when you are trying to transition your life into something better. Take accountability for what you got to do too. We're going to talk about that. Take accountability for what you got to do as well. But setting those boundaries and understanding what's not serving you anymore and being at peace with that is so powerful. And knowing that other people will not get the best of you when you're not in an emotional great place, that maybe the person at Starbucks doesn't get the best of you. I don't know. I don't know. But someone is only getting the short end of the stick because of what somebody else did. And we have the power to control that. So let's do it. I have things to do. You have things to do. We are living life luxuriously. We have goals that we want to hit. And we can't do that by meaningless conversations. Meaningless. So I challenge you, right, to really think about your boundary setting. Do you have to create stronger boundaries? Or have you created boundaries that has been working for you and you do feel good about it, right? What's happening? How do you feel when you talk to each person? Like, I want you to think about the top 5 people you talk to. If you don't have 5 and you have 1 or 2 or family, whatever, just your people. Think about them individually and think about when they call you, are you excited? Are you like, "Hey," or are you like, "Uh-oh, let me let me let me call you later cuz I don't you know? So I challenge you to think about that because y'all, with all the things we got going on, we need our energy and we're going to guard them boundaries just like Julius guards Beyonce. You see, I told you that we had some things to discuss. As always, I love your feedback. I would love to hear about your thoughts regarding boundaries. Did this episode inspire you to create some boundaries with people in your life? Or do you have boundaries that you have been utilizing and has been working for you? Do you also experience feeling drained? How did you navigate that? Because remember, we're learning together. I'm learning with you. So I would love to hear your feedback. Please go to savethegoodgirl.com and send me a message on there within the contact section. And you could also send me messages on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Threads, or within the comments. I just want to talk to y'all. I just want to hear what you have to say. And Spotify, for my Spotify listeners, you guys get to participate in the polls and Q&As. So please participate in that. I want to hear your thoughts. And I want to make sure, y'all, that we're doing everything that we can to live a luxurious life. And I want you to know that you're not a bad friend. You're not a bad person for setting boundaries. It's going to feel like that, but you're not that. You're not. You're just creating a space for you to be calm and creative and to be productive. And it's very difficult to do that when you're drained. So I commend you and I congratulate you in advance for choosing you first. And that's all you're doing. You are choosing you first. I cannot wait to talk to y'all next week. I love talking to y'all. I really do. And I appreciate you guys coming back next week. Please ensure to subscribe to savethegoodgirl.com and check out Exquisitely Erica as well on Instagram, my lifestyle page. I think you guys are really going to like it. I have so many great ideas for that as well. In addition to Save the Good Girl, you guys, I'm telling you, I am on a creative role. That's why them boundaries like Julius is here. I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.